Dear friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be diving into another beginner level but CTF style machine on the VulnHub, which is Cybersploit. I will put the link in the description section below so that you can download and play it on your own. Before we get started, however, please make sure to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. Now, let's head over to Linux VM. First of all, we need to discover the IP address of the target machine. The utility I'd like to use, as always, would be net discover. Although you can use other tools like ARP scan or the Nmap. So here, as you can see over here, the target machine of the, the IP address of the target machine could be recognized as 254. So what shall we do next? We need to perform port and surface scanning with a map. To save time of this video, I've already completed before. So now we can get out its result. So as you can see over here, I took the options like scene scan, the default script scan, the version scan, and then full range port scan. The last option for all is ON to output the result into this file. From the map scanning results, we can tell that the target machine has two open ports. The first one is 22, and the surface is SSH or secure shell surface. And also we can get its version information, including version number. Though this version is pretty much outdated, I don't think we can find any workable vulnerability. Let's move on. The second open port is 80, and the surface is HTTP. And also we can get the version information, Apache 2. So I think it's very clear and straightforward what we are going to do next. We need to enumerate this web application both manually and automatically. Let's fire up the browser to perform manual enumeration first. And then we can put the IP address of the target machine into the address bar. Okay, so welcome to Cybersploit CDF. And there is one picture. We can download this picture to our working directory. This is the GIF image. And you should try something more. Now we can check its source code. Sometimes we can find something important or valuable from the source code. So here at the bottom, we can find the username. So it's very easy, right? We can copy and paste over here. So, I failed to make a copy. No problem. We can copy it one more time. Okay, let's go back to the source code. We can't find anything else. So next, we can try to access or visit robots file. Okay, Q. Press enter. What's wrong? Yes. Now we can get, however, unlike usual content of the robots file, this case, this file contains one very long string, and it looks like it's encoded by base 64. So we can copy this long list of characters. We can use echo, and we can use pipe operator to base 64 with option of D. to decode this string or message. And good work, we can get the first flag. Okay, Cybersploit, YouTube. Interesting. So next, we can launch Decoding to perform web enumeration. Decoding not only can give us common files or directories, it can also enumerate other types of information about the web application, such as the version information, request header, even the allowed HTTP methods. As I mentioned over and over again in my channel, if the target machine allows dangerous methods such as put, and then pen tester like you can manipulate this dangerous method to, for example, to upload web shell to the target machine. Okay, so but nothing exciting we can get from Decoding. Next we can launch GoBuster. There will be different choices to conduct directory enumeration, but personally I prefer GoBuster. Okay, although sometimes we need to try or combine different tools or utilities. Even we need to try different word lists. Okay, so I think GoBuster found hacker directory. Let's access this directory, hacker. But we get the same picture. So I think before we go ahead, we need to do one thing. We need to analyze the downloaded picture. Okay, so because this is the GIF, maybe we just can use the string, not the strings, the EXIF2. EXIF2. This too can retrieve metadata of this picture, but we can't find anything suspicious from all this metadata. Next, we can use the strings to see whether we can find something important. Okay, from this picture, hacker, press enter. A lot of readable characters can be accessed by this command. Okay, let's scroll up. All right, it seems nothing we can get from these readable characters. Okay, so what can we do next? And also I think the directory enumeration can't give us additional results in terms of directory or files. Actually, why this machine is beginner level, but I must admit, this step would be very, very difficult to support or to discover. Actually, just now we have already got the first flag, and the flag itself has some usage. Actually, just now we have already got the username, right? And the first flag is the password for this user. Okay, so now after all, this is CTF style machine. Okay, in the real engagement, it's very rare we can encounter such situation. So anyway, we can SSH to the target, because of course you'll be wondering why don't we use Hydra to crack the password for this user. Of course you can do, but I can tell you we can't succeed in cracking password for this user. To save the time of this video, I'm going to skip this part. Okay, so actually we can SSH to the target. So we can copy the username from notebook. And then we can supply the password. We can copy, paste in here. It does work. Beautiful. So up to this point, we have already successfully got initial foothold on the target machine. Okay. So now we can get the second flag. Although this flag is encoded, or this is a binary format, don't worry, we can copy this binary data and go to CyberChef to decode. And I've already made such copy. So this should be the second flag. Okay, let's go ahead. And what we should do next, we need to gather information to make lateral movement or privilege escalation. The first file I'd like to check is bash history. Bash history. But nothing special here. And also I'd like to run sudo. And we can copy the password. So I need to copy the password again. So current user may not run sudo on this machine. And also I'd like to get out the password. Okay, so I think the two normal users beside this current user, and there is another user. The username is Cybersploit. So now let's go to home directory and cd to Cybersploit. But we can't get anything useful here. Let's continue. And also I'd like to run find and perm or permission 4000, and the type is file rather than directory. Then we can redirect all error to now special device. Here number 2 stands for error. So now we can hit enter. Okay, unfortunately, we can't find any suspicious binary. If you're not sure about it, you can copy the command and go to the GTF OBIMS website. GTF OBIMS website to see whether any of such binaries has vulnerability to be manipulated. Okay, so now let's go back to continue. And the next we can go to var directory, opt directory. Nothing here. var directory. Okay, go to backups. Nothing here. Go to www directory. And so, maybe it's time to upload linpeas shell script to perform automatic enumeration. And in order to that, we can navigate to temp directory. So the current user has full permission in this location or in this directory. So now we can, of course, I've already got this script, shell script ready. Next, we need to upload this file to the target machine. To do that, we can set up a web server on the Kali Linux, and then we can use wget to upload. It's done, and then we can make it executable and run it. So I think that its kernel is a bit old. But anyway, we can wait this script to see whether we can get any low hung fruit. So just as I said many times, when we try to elevate privilege or make lateral movement, if the target machine is Linux, In most cases, we should make use of this script to perform automatic enumeration. Although, also I'd like to emphasize to you, we cannot rely on such a script. We also need to, integrate both manual and automatic way. Okay? This is my philosophy when we try to, do something. Okay? Let's scroll up. So binaries, which has SUID bit, but just I said earlier, a bit earlier, in this case, we can't find anything unusual. Such vector always, in most cases, I want to be at the safe side. In most cases, such vector or suspicious thing are or will be highlighted in red and yellow color. Okay. The background is yellow, but the font is red. Okay, so let's scroll up. Interesting. So, the low or outdated version of a kernel. So executing Linux exploit suggester, and we are given several highly probable exploits like the Decoding 2. To be honest, I do not like Decoding exploit very much. Sometimes we'll let the machine have some problem. So how about this one? Because this is also is rated as highly probable. So we can copy this address and download it from exploit database. Okay, it's done. Next, we can move the downloaded file from downloads directory and to the current working directory. Next, we can upload this file to the target machine. And we just compile it with GCC. Okay, it's done. Then we can make it executable. Then we can run it. We are successful. We have already become root user. Then we can navigate to root directory to grab the final flag without any problem. So I think that's pretty much it. I'd like to see you next. Bye. Have a nice day, please.